Welcome to the 65th Annual Year Conference. I'm Kiana Watson.
And I'm Nanji Minga. We'll be your anchors for tonight.
For our first segment, our press corps' Maddie, Renee, and Georgia will be covering the different components of YIG.
So what is your job here at YIG?
Well, as lobbyists, it's our job to pick certain bills to either help or fail and find faults in it. For us, because we can't actually be on the floor itself, we have to rely on the help of other delegates to get our point across.
Okay. How long have you been doing this for?
Well, for YIG itself, it's my third year, but for lobbyists, it's my second year. Last year, I was a lobbyist, and I ran for head lobbyist, and I got picked. So here I am now.
Well, that's great. What's your favorite part of your job?
I guess my favorite part of my job is I have like a lot of freedom. I don't have to be constantly trying to pay attention to other bills being presented in a committee or the assembly. I have so much more time.
Thank you so much.
So what do you do here at YIG?
Oh wait, sorry. Can you start over? I'm so sorry. Okay, you can get.
Good now.
Yeah.
So what do you do here at YIG?
I'm Jack Zhao, and my job is the Attorney General. And basically, what I do is give my opinion on the constitutionality of bills. So if I see that a bill is unconstitutional, on the first day I help amend it, and later on I will give my opinion during the actual assemblies and whatnot.
How long have you been doing that?
This is my first year as Attorney General, but I have been doing it for 3 years.
What do you enjoy most about what you're doing here, this conference or everything?
I think what I enjoy most is the people. The people here are passionate, and that's the most important thing about this conference. It makes the conference enjoyable, makes it fun, and makes it realistic.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
What is your job here at YIG?
I am the Speaker Pro Temp of the Blue House.
Do you like your job?
I do. It's so much fun. You get to help teach the people who maybe don't know how to participate as well. You get to help teach them. So it's definitely interesting to see them grow.
So that's your favorite part of it?
Yes.
Good. How many years have you been doing this?
This is going to be my second year at the high school level, and before that I did 1 year at the middle school level.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So what do you do here at YIG?
I am a delegate and I serve in the Senate.
Okay, how long have you been doing this?
I've actually only done this as 1 year, but I have done one before.
Oh, okay. What is the thing that you enjoy most about YIG or MUN?
I really like how people can express their opinions and how they can really talk about topics that aren't usually mentioned even in schools.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thanks, Maddie, Renee, and Georgia. And now, taking a look into the interviews our press corps had with the 2018-2019 governor candidates.
Hi, my name is Luba Bun, and I'll be interviewing Alexa Nolan, who is running for YIG governor. Okay, so how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I was just in committee. It's a lot of fun. I'm really getting to know the delegates and working with them, and just hearing their proposals is honestly one of the things I look forward to about YIG every single year.
Okay, that's good. How much experience have you had with YIG?
Well, I've been all my past 3 years of high school. Well, I've been 2 years before now. My freshman year, I was outstanding delegate and outstanding bill. And my sophomore year, I served as Red Speaker Pro Tempore of the House. And this year, I am White Lieutenant Governor. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. I've had a lot of experience. I've helped with the middle school youth in government as well. And that's always fun, just getting to meet these new people and yeah, just kind of interact with them.
Wow, you have a lot on your hands.
Yeah.
All right, who or what has influenced you to run for office?
Well, honestly, it was a lot of people here telling me, oh, hey, I think you would actually be really great at governor, as well as me just being fed up with the current political state of the United States currently, as well as Tennessee. Because as governor, one of the big things I want to stress is that I am here to represent the people. And sometimes I feel like that is something our politicians have forgotten to do. And I just want to make sure that everyone feels like I can listen to them and that they can come and talk to me and about pretty much anything, whether it be personal life or about politics, because I'm here for them, and that's, yeah, what I want to stress.
Okay, all right. What is your favorite thing about YIG?
My favorite thing about YIG would probably be just getting to see all the delegates get really into debates. I love hanging out with the people, but seeing them be like, I really think this is a good bill or not a good bill because of these reasons, just to see people critically thinking about these issues that actually really affect us, both as people and as a society. I mean, it's really important that we begin to address these things because we are going to be the ones that are going to be in our legislature years to come. We are the ones that will be voting on these types of things. And so having knowledge now can kind of help shape our future when we choose to do that then.
That's good. What are some issues you're going through or something that you can make as an improvement?
Okay, one of my big issues is gun reform, obviously, with the Parkland shooting very, very recently. We just need to have a little tighter of gun restrictions, like implementing a permit is one of the ideas I want to go to. And there are also several bills here that address that issue really well as just increasing the amount of Tennessee Bureau of Investigation agents that would be willing to investigate claims of like having social media checks and all of that on people that other citizens have said, oh hey, I think this person is a danger to either my school or my community. And then having people have a place to report that and have those reports acted upon should help decrease the gun violence and as well as the gun reform. I mean, also education reform. I would like to tax property developers when they buy up large chunks of land. I want them to pay the money beforehand so we can start to build up our schools and our fire and our police department, because right now, honestly, Nolensville, the median income is like $100,000 a year, and they have one full-time firefighter with a ladder that doesn't even reach 2 stories for all of the people in Nolensville, which is a high population. I have it in my debate notes, but yeah. I mean, it's insane. We just need to keep up with the rapid growth of Tennessee and do anything we can to really foster that growth, whether it be economically or socially, because,
Well, that's good. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Ben. I'm here interviewing Abimanda, running for YIG governor. How has your first day at YIG been so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. I've gotten to meet a lot of new people, especially. There's a lot of new schools at this conference, and that's really great. I love to see the conference expand and just helping people throughout this entire process, whether it's their first year, their third year. It doesn't matter. We all make mistakes, and it's something we learn together.
Cool. How much experience have you had with YIG?
With YIG, this is my 3rd year. I've been in the legislative component all 3 of those years. My first year was a Blue House. It was interesting, to say the least. And then I moved up to Red House in my sophomore year, and that was a really great experience. I got to debate on a lot of interesting bills. I won outstanding bill and outstanding statesperson. That was a really great experience.
Okay. Who or what has influenced you to run for office?
It's honestly one of my fellow, delegation members. His name is Pranav Mudiam. He ran for governor last year. Per se, he's been a really big, influence in my life. He's been cheering me on every time, all these elections. Pushed me to strive for greater. Push the bar up one, and just prepare, as best as I can.
Okay. What has been your favorite experience you've had at YIG?
At YIG, definitely just meeting people overall and taking pictures in front of the Capitol. That's good, and it's just that experience. We may not get a lot of free time, but it's those small moments that I remember. It's those small moments I cherish throughout the night.
On running for any future elections or anything like that?
I'd be definitely open for future elections. I know my aspiration at this moment is I love the sciences and everything around it. I want to become a doctor, but really, you can run for elections while having these other occupations. My state rep, Dr. Brian Terry, he's able to push for meaningful reform, especially with the opioid crisis and the prescription. We're second in the nation for opioid prescriptions per capita. So it's something like having that background and knowing how it actually works instead of coming from an outsider standpoint. It really helps in that, and I'd be very open to that.
What are some issues you are planning on addressing, and what improvements are you going to make?
Yeah, definitely infrastructure is one of my big main points. I don't know if y'all, on your way here, we're driving down the roads. They're not as great as they could be, especially at 440. That's a whole mess. And traffic especially, because it was supposed to be like any other day, it'd be like a 40-minute drive. It took me like 2 hours. What I really plan to do is, build a metro, actually. It's one of my audacious tasks, is to lessen the traffic in the southeastern corridor of Nashville, and I guess it would help with pollution and people who don't have access to cars within the state. Our public transportation isn't that developed. It's really bad. It's like a D plus according to one of the reports. So if we help that out, people who don't have a car, they can now commute to urban areas and find work there, and instead of being left stranded, they can find work in their suburban regions, and it would definitely help for that. Improvements to K-12 education, that's a big thing. I wanted to overcome the gap, especially it's not just money that can help us. I know, yeah, definitely money can help in these rural regions, and the distribution of money can be fixed, of course. But then we see these large urban areas, Memphis, example, they got all money in the world. They have a large, substantial amount of money. It's just we need to bridge the. We have high schoolers reading at an elementary school level, and no matter how good their teachers are, they're not. Our students have to get to a threshold to where we can propel them to success in post-secondary education. So one of my big things is investing in these reading math specialists and helping overcome their environmental disadvantages with counselors and such. Because it's not just a money thing. It's just we have to bridge this gap. That's a big thing.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
I really appreciate it, man.
Nice talking to you.
It's nice talking to you too.
Thank you.
Good luck to all our candidates. We wish you guys the best. Last but not least, stay tuned to this weekend's weather.
Thanks. Tomorrow's weather consists of a high 56 and a low of 33. There's only a 10% chance of rain, and our note today felt like freaking rivers, so that's good. Back to you guys.
Thank you all very much for joining us this evening. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow.